ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Insanity Challenge, where we basically just have 2 contracts available. We got one from the port to the sugar mill, which is what I'm going to do first, which is transport mission. And we have a fertilizing mission down in field 15. But because I have forklift right now, better off going with the port mission. This is being recorded Thursday, so if something happened over the weekend that was amazing news in Farm Sim, I don't know about it. I do know that comically, I said in the last video that, oh, hopefully the hotfix patch for controller issues will be out before Friday's video went up. It actually released after I'd finished recording that video. I couldn't help but laugh about that. I was like, oh, hopefully it'll be out, but I don't know what's out. Oh, okay. So I'm still running on the beta version of the patch, which is the full version of the patch, but it just has the beta tag on it, which means I don't need to come out of game at all to fix it. I will be doing so, though, just after this video, because I need to get set up for stream. I also need to take 2 thumbnails, because I forgot to take one for Friday's video. Hey. But, oh, this isn't that long of a contract at all. Sweet! I will zip through between the port southeast and the sugar mill and then back up to the yard, and I will finish the contract up at the yard because it's easier that way. Because then I can just hop into the field, grab everything, and get to... What field is it? Field 8? Field 15, which is where? That's quite a large field, but it won't be the end of the world. Bit of an inconvenience, but oh well. On the bright side, we do get to explore this map quite a lot through these through the contract spam that I'm doing. Let's get the forks kind of in position to pick up the pallet. And oops, I forgot to put on the beacon. So we should be after these 2 buildings turning in. So it should be just into the right here. Oh, this isn't going to be as easy as I thought. How come this is... Oh, it's 500. Never mind. So it's 2 pallets this time. Didn't know it could spawn more than 1. So this is one of those missions where you really want to have a trailer ready. And a tractor with a front loader on the front. But I don't have that luxury. So I'm going to be doing this manually, and it looks like it'll be 2 runs. So I'm going to zip through, put on my podcast that I listen to while I'm recording these, which I only have 1 episode available at the moment, but I'll suffer if I need to. And I'll be back with you guys once we're back at the yard. I'll see you guys then. we are back at the yard. We've got the Fiat. And now we can complete this contract and accept this one. Not everything else is harvesting now. I may need to take some serious time to look at options for harvesters. Because there is just nothing I can do short of buying the Bison to basically to extend this episode, because it might be very short otherwise. And field 15 is, yeah, it's in this direction, so we're gonna annoyingly go down the cliff that I've created, because hooray for the placeable system, and make our way over to field 15 now. There's no beacons on the field, so don't complain about the lack of beacons. Look, no beacons. Can't have beacons on if there are no beacons. Also, I'm fully aware that the wing mirrors appear to have melted slightly. That seems to be a funny little bug with the Fiat. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but it is. Like, if I wiggle around, you can see that the top of the wing mirror isn't really doing anything. It's just white. Hopefully that'll be fixed in the big bug fix patch that is planned before Christmas. I would assume it will be. But, yeah, that's the way things are right now. I have collected the contract, yes. How bad of a state is field 50? Oh, glory of glories, I'll be able to see what I've actually done. Look at that. This is... I love the... Who owns this field? Emerson Ramirez, the most Spanish man that ever Spanished. Thank you. I can actually see what I'm doing with this field. It's a minor miracle. I won't need to be opening up the pause menu every 20 seconds to make sure that I'm not making some huge mistake. Oh, this is nice. I like this. More of these, please, game. The annoying thing is there is a limitation on how many fertilizing contracts I can actually have, and it's based on how many harvesting contracts I have. Because if a field's ready to harvest, it can't really be fertilized. So there is a point where I'm going to get to where the only contracts I'll be able to take will be transport contracts, because everything else is going to be harvesting. So that is a thing that I need to be concerned about. An alternative way for me to go about this is try and get the game to wither all the crops so that I get a load of plowing contracts. Although they don't pay well for the amount of time that you put in, they do pay. And right now the money is what I want and what I need. So there is kind of an argument that I maybe could, you know, zip time forward. There's no rule about me using like time acceleration if I need to or if I want to. The only rule regarding time acceleration is that I have to do it between 10 PM and 8 AM. Those are the, like, I've got to do it at 10 PM and do it for 10 hours. So I can, in theory, you know, zip time 120 times to see if I can get fields to wither. And kind of force some plowing contracts to appear. That would definitely be a cheeky way of doing things, but it would be a way of doing things. It would force the game's hand into giving me contracts that I'd be able to do. But it would also mean that the plowing contracts will take a lot longer than these fertilizing contracts, because, well, number one, a plow is much thinner than a fertilizer spinner. Actually, I think, no, Field 14 has cotton. That looked withered, but no, it's cotton. I don't know what withered cotton actually looks like. I would presume that it just turns black to let you know that, hey, this is dead. Because, like, all the other crops turn white to say, hey, this can't be worked anymore, but cotton's already white when it's ready to harvest, so can cotton wither? I don't know. I presume it can. Has anybody tried that even? like, withering... it would be a dumb thing to do. And one thing I do want to do on this map, because it makes sense, is I actually do want to do a bit of sugarcane. Which, granted, is the slowest crop in the world to harvest and grow. It's actually the slowest growing crop in the game. With the exception, maybe, of poplars. But it is one of the... I think it pays the highest per ton. Or per 1,000 litres. So it is actually a good idea to have it. Another thing I could do, just thinking out loud here, is chickens. Because a chicken coop is only 20 grand. And chickens are quite cheap. I don't know how cheap they are, but chickens would be quite cheap. To buy in and to take care of, because I did get a message on Discord saying that, hey, the horse idea isn't actually a bad one, because it's 35,000 profit every 7 days, which, yeah, in essence that's what it is per horse. You know, it's actually 45,000 profit per horse. However, the initial couple of horses will just go towards paying off the cost of getting them in the first place. So there is kind of that balancing effort there, and it is 10 minutes of riding a day in-game. So there is kind of a balancing act with the horses as well, even. Ironically, the best animals might still be cows, but they take the most work to actually get fully operational. They're quite expensive, so that is gonna be a hard no for me for now, but maybe in the future. Sheep as well are an option. Again, it kind of... Is there a barn? There is a barn sell point, okay. Another option would be sheep, but they are, again, quite difficult and quite expensive to really set up. Also, they would, in theory at least, kind of take the forklift away from me, because that would... Well, they wouldn't take it away, but they'd tie it up quite a lot, because I'd need that to deal with the pallets of wool. However, if I did have sheep, it would only really require me to get a water tanker, a mower, and a forage wagon. Now, I did price that out. Forage wagon's about 47,000, I think. Just want to double check, because I was kind of looking at options of things what I could do. Yeah, forage wagon's 46,000. A mower's kind of a 17,000 plus. I think the front mower is 9,000, but that wouldn't be worth much to me. It would need to be a rear mower, because this doesn't have a front hitch. So let's have a look at mowers here real quick. It's 17,000 for the disc mine. 16,000 for the coon might be an idea. But I then need to pay the 46,000 to get the loading wagon. So that's kind of a middle of the road kind of idea that would cost a lot initially, but because sheep are quite easily pleased, it would probably kind of pay off over time-ish, maybe. Horses would possibly be the best, but realistically, to get them going fully, I'd need to have a field permanently on oats. Or at least a field that has had oats at least once. Oats and storage, so I'd need a silo. And I'd need to have some hay bales for the horses. So there is additional expense there in terms of getting equipment. Because having to pay out for food, it is kind of logically more expensive to buy food in the shop than it would be to just prepare your own. Same goes for pigs. Same goes for cows. Same goes for chickens, seeing as they now require food, you know, and sheep. So while it would be profitable to do animals via just buying stuff from the shop, horses take a while to pay out. Cows are just expensive as hell to run, but they do provide additional benefits. Pigs don't pigs are just kind of, for me, a bit of livestock that I get when I just want to get manure and slurry. Because I rarely actually sell animals. Chickens would be kind of good, but I don't know. I've hated them for so long that I don't know if I could bring myself around to intentionally getting some. I kind of feel like sheep are the best because they've got the lowest input needed for a decent output. So if I were to go for animals, it'd probably be either horses or sheep. Because horses horses just give me something extra to do around the farm. Sheep are a good output, really. It's kind of a balancing act. Also, I've just noticed that the mirrors on this feet are completely off-center. This one's pointing out in a random direction, and this one's just pointing at the piece of equipment I got on the back. Which makes both the mirrors completely useless. That's kind of comical, actually. The reason, by the way, that I'm sticking with you guys through this fertilizing mission is just because there's nothing else I can do after this. This is kind of necessarily going to have to be the end of the episode after this, and I'll base my decisions for Wednesday's episode off the comments on Fridays. So I kind of want to be one episode ahead, and yeah, if you haven't guessed already, this is just a series going out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. To give me time to, number one, think and plan, and number two, calm down after recording an episode or two, because these can get quite stressful for me, because it's, like, there's a lot of thinking I need to do. Contract's finished. Good. Stop fertilizing. Oh god, I've hired a worker by mistake. So that's the contract finished. We're up to 18,000, so we are profiting over... Ooh. The rest of the field has magically been fertilized. We are in profit over where we were, and yeah, we're kind of stuck at this point now. I think I can afford a header? No. See, this is now... We're kind of stuck. Can I afford something that would be useful? Can't see there being weeding missions. A weeder would be nice, but not necessary. A mower would be nice, but then I'd just have grass everywhere that I'd not have anything to do with. A chainsaw. Are there in... Oh. 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 Hello, delicious chainsaws. Let's buy me a Husqvarna. Because I have just had an idea. Now, we can't do any more contracts because we don't have any. However, I have not banned forestry in this series. And granted, I'll have to chew the trees up something good, but there are some trees on land we own. I see nothing wrong with doing a bit of deforestation. Because we got a trailer we can use to bring the logs. Ooh, I'll have to go to the shop and modify the trailer. Is it worth going to the shop and modifying the trailer? I think it's worth going to the shop and modifying the trailer to be a flatbed, because actually it almost definitely is worth going to the shop and making the trailer a flatbed, because I can then use it to do the transporting contracts. if I can put that on the... This is going to be silly. If I can put the trailer on the back of the forklift, I can theoretically do transporting contracts with the forklift and the trailer. So, by that bizarre logic that probably doesn't make any sense to anybody but me, I'm going to turn the trailer into a flatbed for a while. Alternatively, how much is... Oh, they got rid of the little wood chipper. Oh, that's annoying. 26,000. That's probably going to be the next purchase. Is the tree planter. Because I can go kind of hard... I can go hard into forestry on this land because it's kind of pointless land and just make a lot of money. Also, I'm going to ignore that tree over there because it's kind of out of the way. There's a bigger bunch of trees just over there that are a lot straighter and still on my land. So, this is the latest harebrained scheme from RainbowDave. This series is going to temporarily be forestry. Because those trees look nice and... they look nice and cuttable. And they are, just to confirm, on my land. Yes, because my land doesn't end until... Annoyingly, there's no, indentations on the map. So there's 2 trees with one kind of offset. I think my land doesn't end until... this line-ish here. Which gives me quite a few trees that I can deal with. The only problem is, right now, this trailer can't really deal with logs. So let's make it deal with logs. Also, I don't have anything that can lift logs, so they will have to kind of necessarily be short enough that they can be lifted by hand. Which is a bit of a pain. Not gonna lie. But it's much better than kind of flailing miserably hoping to get some missions that would be helpful, or some contracts that would be helpful, when I can just, you know, do some actual work in the game on the cheap. Yeah, hopefully converting this trailer won't cost much, if anything. And this could get me a combine in theory. So that should be close enough to... Yes, customize. I want this to be a bale loading wagon. It's free. Oh. Oh, this makes a happy Dave. So now we have a trailer suited to logs. And next question, how on earth do I pull out the chainsaw? I don't know how I did that. Okay. So, yeah, this is going in a weird direction all of a sudden. Because we've gone from, oh no, what will we do? We have no contracts available to, hey, we can just deforest the country. That sounds like a good idea. I mean, it kind of is, insofar as it'll make me money. It's kind of not, insofar as it's not entirely environmentally friendly. But it is wallet friendly. Which, right now, is just a bit more important. So let's get the chainsaw out, and how do I work this? Okay, that's it on. How do I turn it? Okay. Ooh. Chainsaw. Go! Oh, yes. Now for the big problem of how on earth are we going to get this in such a way that... Nope, needs to be a bit straighter. A bit too much the other way. See, these are going to have to be chopped up real small like this, and even now I'm not sure if this is going to be like hand-friendly. I'm just going to use the mouse control because I know this. Okay, so that is hand-friendly, so I can bring this over. And I am going to bring up the help in a second. And plop it down. That was not the button I wanted. Is it B? Yes. Haha. Pop it down on the trailer. We have a log. We have a lot of logs to cut, and I'm going to get a bit adventurous here and say, this is the point that I want to cut this time. Can I pick up this log? Can I pick up this log? This log is too heavy. So let's cut it in roughly half, like that. I can pick this log up. Oh, joy of joys. It's RainbowDave doing forestry. You can only foresee bad things happening. I can even pick this one up. Yes. So I'm cutting some nice firewood for the locals right now, and that's, you know, about all I can lift, but hey, it's gonna make literally some pennies. Or pesetas, or whatever they use in Estancia Lapacho. Possibly euros. So, is this log too big? This is not too big. How is this not too big? This is like the same size as the other one before I cut it in half. Possibly because it's smaller. Or thinner. So let's cut here-ish. It's bad now that I'm actually missing the sawdust. This one's too big, so let's cut this one in half. We're gonna get places now. We are gonna get places. Now, yeah, I kind of saw that happening. Can I nudge you just a touch? That was a touch too much. And actually the problem here is this little nublet. Because now with that nublet gone, I can stack you back onto the trailer. Like that. Oh, we're gonna get places slowly but surely, but we're gonna get places. This piece. I might just leave the nublet off for now. Because, like, that's only gonna cause problems. In fact, I can stack the nublet onto the stack here like that. And now it's not causing problems and it's out of the way. Oh dear, this is going to be a very long period of forestry though, I feel. Unless, like, logs are really worth it now. As a start from scratch thing, this may be a really good idea or a really bad idea. And I'm not sure which. And I probably won't know for a while which. On the bright side, the logs are stacking quite nicely, and we're going to fit, hopefully, like a couple of trees. Actually, am I blocking the road? I'm not blocking the road. So let's grab that there. Grab this bit. Bring it over to the trailer. We're probably going to be able to fit like a 3.5 to 2 trees on this trailer. Especially the way that I'm stacking it, which is really actually quite neat. Can I pull the tree out? No. I miss muscles mode. If I had muscles mode, that entire tree would have just got strapped onto the trailer. I'd already be on like the 4th or 5th tree. But no mods and no scripts means no cheating for me just yet. Let's like nudge this. If it'll let me just nudge it this way. There. I'm doing really well with getting reasonably consistently sized logs. I've got to admit. Here-ish. And yep, this is good too. I might just sell off like this bit of the trailer to get a idea, because like this is maybe a third, maybe slightly got too close to it. This is maybe like a third or so of a trailer, but I'd probably just make it half a call it half a trailer, just for ease of working this out, so because I don't do multiplying by 3 very well. Doubling stuff is quite easy. Once you get up to 3, it kind of gets a bit more difficult. So let's chop this, and we'll stack this up on top nice and neat. There should be a way, I think, of... Oh, this is the new way. Oh. Yes, I want you to be facing this way because I want to hop up on the trailer, plop you down like that, and strap those logs down. This is a really dumb idea. Where's the sawmill? It is actually in this direction. So let's just head out cross country on the tractor first. There is in theory like a path, and I think it's that cliff that's showing up on the map. So we're gonna kind of go cross country. We're gonna... Yeah, this way might work. Yeah, because if I can hook into the road by field 29, then I can just go follow that to the sawmill. And if this, like, is worth money, then we're just deforesting that entire damn area, because I need money, and money is nice and tasty. Now, obviously, I can't turn that into cropland, but I can spam trees on it. I can spam forestry trees on it and get it super duper dense, so that I can just keep spamming that for cash. This is my theory. This is the theory I'm running under. Is like, if I can spam that for cash, then I'm gonna be quite good. Obviously, that might not work, and that would be a pain in the backside, but my theory is going to be tested. Also, if it works, I can get some forestry equipment and start paying back the loan. Like, I can get the tree saw and the... I can probably actually use... what is it? The... Yeah, the Combi Plus. Which I think is a 3-point hitch piece of equipment, and just drag logs over to the saw, like drag entire trees to the sawmill. That would be the ideal case scenario, is dragging just entire trees over. Because that would, number one, save time on like dealing with them, and number two, it would make forestry go a lot faster. I need to stop for the train, because of course the train comes at the most inopportune bloody times. There we go, and away we go again. Also, I don't know, and this is kind of important, I don't know if wood chips are more or less, like, or worth more or worth less than logs themselves, especially of this length. But this isn't even one full tree, so we'll see if we get a couple of thousand from this. If we do, if we get, say, more than 3,000, then we are definitely onto a winner with this plan, as dumb as it is. So let's see what we get. Am I going to have to unload the bloody logs? There's a help icon over here. What's this? Help icon. Tell me your secrets. How do I activate? Sell wood. Okay, that was the wrong. Sell wood. 1,500. So for a full trailer, it'd be about 3,000. But it is faster than doing contracts. Problem is, it costs how much to buy the planter? 26. And 54 for a trailer, like specific for logging. I'll leave that up to you guys. Like, do you want to see me going ham with logs? Because I know there's a question from Friday's video that has yet to be answered by you guys, as far as I'm concerned, because I'm recording this on Thursday. But if you want to see me do logging in the future on this series, at a bit of a heavy-handed way, sure, but logging, do leave a comment below letting me know. But that is about all we can really get done today. That's all we really have time for. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and feel free to subscribe. I will actually off camera finish selling that tree, because I don't want to leave it half done. And I do want to do a small bit of off camera work. I need to pop on to get thumbnails and stuff later on anyway. But if you did enjoy, hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and leave your comments as always below. I'll leave you right now by saying, I've been RainbowDave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 19's Insanity Challenge, which I think we're starting to make a bit of headway in figuring out odd ways to make money, and relatively cheap ways of making money. Not a lot of money, but some money. Until next time, stay safe. And goodbye.